And, you know, he had to step down as BitMEX's CEO, but BitMEX is still alive. It's still going. The same thing's going to happen with Binance. It's just Binance is going to have to play by the rules. But, you know, some people say, well, if Binance has to play by the rules, you know, they're not able to manipulate markets, pump them like they have. Well, another Binance will just pop up to take over what Binance was doing. I mean, the Tether cartel isn't going to let that happen, in my opinion. It's once the Tether cartel goes down, that's the black swan event. It's not Binance. So before I get into my altcoins, let's talk a little bit in the chat. Exactly. Goni, the more things change, the more they stay the same. EWT, I'm very bullish on. This video is public on YouTube. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, only 65 viewers. This is weird. Oh, shoot. I've been streaming with it unlisted. Whoops. Oh, man. I mean, I'm not going to make you guys who have been sitting through this. That's funny. Whoops. So, why would it do that? You're stupid. Alright, yeah. No, so I'm gonna... I mean, anyways, YouTube people will be fine. But maybe I will have to. I don't know how it's gonna do it. Okay, let's do it. Thank you for letting me know that, person in the chat. Sloth BE. I did not mean to do that. So hopefully it notifies people. But I just may have screwed up my live stream from the get-go. Whoops! But yeah, 67, that seems a little low. I was getting... What's up, everybody? So, any new people joining, yeah, I didn't have this video unlisted. I had it unlisted, not public, so people weren't getting notified. Damn. But hopefully we get some good people joining. Always gotta screw something up. Always. But let's get into the altcoins. My altcoin all-ins, and this is actually not untrue. I mean, it is untrue. I have to play the YouTube game, you guys. I have to put, you know, thumbnails and titles, you know, that are catches people's attention, because that's what everyone does, and if I don't, you don't stick out, you know. So I'm not going all in with these altcoins, of course. I'm gonna do a portfolio video probably here in the next month or so to show you guys exactly what my portfolio looks like. It's much different from the last time I did one. But these are coins that I am extremely bullish on. All of them in this. I mean, if I'm not, I will let you guys know. I need to see how this is doing. Oh, there's all my viewers. What's up, everybody? Glad to see everyone in the chat. Yeah, what's up? What about TrueBit? Yeah, I was supposed to be live streaming a half hour ago, and I was streaming for 20 minutes with nobody in here, or not nobody in here, but with a large majority of my viewers not in here. I haven't live streamed in so long, guys. But now let's get into tokens. And the people who missed the 20 minutes where I was just streaming unlisted, I just talked about Bitcoin, why I think it's early stages of this bull run. Good information, and if you want to watch it after the video will, live stream will be downloaded to YouTube as a regular video where you can watch it. So definitely check it out. So let's get into, I'm still extremely bullish on BRC20s. The BRC20 hype, it came and it went. it's like most things in crypto. Hype comes and hype goes. But unfortunately, the BRC20 hype came when the markets, took a little bit of a big dump. It was right before the pump back up to 30K, and, that kind of took it down with it. But the BRC20 builders are building, and in my opinion, the shat's about to get rail on Bitcoin. Because the DeFi applications are starting to go live. Unisat Wallet, which is, one of the biggest markets for BRC20 assets, actually released a swapper. Unisat doesn't have a token yet, but if you use Unisat, you trade on Unisat, you use their wallet download, in my opinion, Unisat's probably going to be doing an airdrop or something. So I would definitely use Unisat. And you may be asking, what's Unisat? Here's Unisat Wallet. It's basically like the MetaMask for the Bitcoin ecosystem. So definitely check that out. But regarding the tokens that are out right now, what are my favorites? Well, of course, Bordy. Bordy is the Bitcoin of the BRC20 ecosystem. It's the OG. It's what kicked off the whole thing. And it has an over $101 million market cap right now, which is not bad. So I was one of the first larger YouTubers to start covering BRC20s, and right after it, a bunch of them also covered. But they were just following the hype. I don't think they truly understand what's about to happen, especially once the swappers come. Number 2 is Track, which is a decentralized indexer. I actually don't hold any Track. I hold below it Oshi, which is also building a swapper, but they're like the Uniswap of the BRC20 Bitcoin ecosystem. And yeah, it's been an excellent one for me. I snagged my Oshi pretty low, I think at like $50. Not a lot of volume, but this volume is only going to increase once, the liquidity pours in, decentralized liquidity in the form of, liquidity pools like Uniswap, and that's what Oshi is building. And then I do also hold the number 4 one, BMPX. But the reason I'm talking about BRC20s right now is because they are getting talked about big time by big people in the space, like Vitalik Buterin. He's said, it's reviving a builder culture on Bitcoin, which has been lost. So let's hear what he had to say.
Starting to kind of...
Oops. Dang it.
I definitely see signs of hope now that, we have ordinals that are starting to kind of bring back a culture of actually doing things. It feels like there's real pushback to the laser eye movement, which is good. It feels like there's, some kind of organic return of builder culture, which is definitely a positive sign.
Very positive sign. Bitcoin was so boring for the longest time. Just Bitcoin, Bitcoin core developers, and then Lightning Network. Now we are actually going to see DeFi built on Bitcoin, and a builder culture and innovation start happening. And that's exactly what Bitcoin needed. And that's exactly why I'm so bullish on BRC20s. Why didn't we pull this back up? Oh yeah, so one of the ones I am more bullish on is Oshi, because the guy behind Oshi has been working on it for probably the longest time, one of the longest in the space. And this crypto yogi on Twitter, he basically said, things the BRC20 ecosystem needs to flourish and be highly liquid, a lot of liquidity, is decentralized indexers, a liquidity center, smart contract-like infrastructure, and a bridge to onboard. And that is the things Oshi is working on. They've already built the bridge with another token called Yari, and you can take Ethereum from the Ethereum ecosystem, where a lot of liquidity is, and bridge it over to the BRC20 ecosystem through Yari, and you can do it with that right now with DETH. So decentralized indexers are coming with Boss, synthetic swaps you can do here very soon, DETH, smart inscriptions, and the Yari bridge is all being built through the Oshi ecosystem. Now Boss is a native protocol for Bitcoin, and it's going to be a boss, let me tell you what. So, Merlin, I think his name is, Merlin.og, here is, the flow chart of how Boss will work. Boss is, not only just a liquidity pool that Oshi originally started with, it's decentralized indexers, it's making this so it's fully decentralized and it fully works, And Merlin just a day ago, now that Unisat came out with their swapper, I don't know if it works on LPs, I haven't looked into Unisats that much, but Merlin said, hey, Unisat, are you ready for competition? And showed a screen grab that the Boss wallet is coming very soon. And then also this Satoshi.ob, he basically tweeted about Oshi and the alpha behind it. So he said, read through these docs and you will understand the alpha. The Boss, complete overview of the org's vision for DeFi and Bitcoin, the org tokens, OP scheme, OP standard, OD docs, it's all there. I would definitely give this alpha tweet a look over because, I should actually take this one out. Now, where is my chat? Command V. Check that out. So definitely give that a look over if you're interested in Oshi. Boss wallet's coming soon. So definitely bullish on some BRC20s. Not bullish on all the BRC20s, just a few of them, but I'm bullish on what they will become, because if they fulfill the vision, it's going to be big. And I don't know what the market cap of Oshi is right now, but it's not very much. $10 million market cap. If, BRC20 gets even a 10 to 15% of Ethereum's liquidity, these are going to go way, way up. And if it eventually competes with Ethereum's liquidity, it's going to go even more. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is everything having to reload? So another token I am extremely bullish on is GMX. GMX has been a solid bear market find, and it's done extremely well throughout the bear market. So it is a decentralized perpetual exchange. I'm sure many of you guys have used it, and have heard me talk about it, because I do talk about it a lot. People are always like, Tyler, why do you always talk about things you like, You talk about the same things over and over. It's because I talk about things I like, because I don't care about getting more views from communities and tokens that I don't like, I'm going to talk about things I like. I don't care about getting a whole bunch of viewers from Ripple's ecosystem just because I'll talk good about Ripple. I don't like Ripple, XRP, I don't like Binance, so no, I'm not going to talk about them and their ecosystem projects. Here's actually great. So I'm bullish on GMX not only because has half the TVL on Arbitrum. It's it is the most popular decentralized perpetual exchange out there. But I love GMX because V2 is going to come, which is going to, oh man, the TVL could explode, you guys. Because as of right now, there's only like four or five assets that you can trade on GMX with, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Uniswap, Avalanche, of course, and Chainlink. Yeah. And once, you know, V2 comes out, initially they're going to start with, you know, probably like 7, 12 more assets, but eventually anything is going to be able to trade, any crypto token, and, you know, the more people can trade, the more TVL. It's an obvious buy signal to me, you know, V2 is about to deploy. Why not get in before V2 deploys and then ride the wave up as liquidity, but TVL continues to just go wild as more and more assets are deployed. You know, they can have big announcements every week. We're adding these 2 tokens, we're adding synthetic gold, you know, we're adding some stocks. I just see that coming. So I see GMX in a buy zone. I think it's going, I mean, this chart is beautiful, you know. They started in October 2021, right around the bear market, and it's flown up from 20. I mean, it started getting tracked on CoinGecko in September of 2021, and throughout the bear market, just freaking going. Beautiful chart. Now, another person who is very, very bullish on GMX is who? That crazy man Arthur Hayes, who I was just talking about. He was founder of, you know, the leverage exchange BitMEX, and he got in trouble for doing what Binance is probably doing as well. And he did, you know, paid his fees, did it the time he had to do, if he had to do any, and now he's good. And Arthur, he's a smart guy, there's no doubt about it. And he is very bullish on GMX too, which makes sense, you know, it's a decentralized leverage exchange. He created a centralized leverage exchange. So Arthur has accumulated a lot of GMX. That's not any new news, it's old news. But he tweeted this just a couple weeks ago. He said, "So, I'm accumulating this shitcoin. Been going slow. I have about half my size done. Then it starts ripping in my face. Solution? Buy more. So what could that coin be? Well, a lot of people are speculating that it's possibly Pendle. Now, Pendle, it did rip, you know, around the time of that tweet, but not a big rip, you know. Ripping to me isn't, you know, let's see, he tweeted July 3rd. Where was the price? 101, you know, it started at before, and it got up to 120, you know. That's not ripping, in my opinion. Ripping is ripping, you know. Now, around that same time as well, when did he tweet? Yeah, July 3rd. No, well, here's what I meant. Jesus Christ. Where is it? So, between the time, you know, ripping in his face, it took some time for him to tweet. So, anytime between, I would say, June 30th and July 3rd, that's, you know, when he noticed it. Pendle went from 80 cents to $1.20 in between that time. In between this time, Archie went from 30 cents all the way up to $1.50. That's ripping, that in my opinion. A little, 80 to $1.20, that's a good pump, but it's not ripping, in my opinion. Now, if you didn't know as well, Arthur Hayes, it's known he has Pendle. So, why would he tweet like some mystery tweet, like a new shit? Like when he says shitcoin, it sounds like he's talking about a new one, not one people already know. People know he has GMX and people know he has Pendle. But even if it is Pendle, it's still great news because it means eventually Arthur's probably going to cover Archie, because it's probably likely that Arthur might watch my channel. Went into GMX after me. He went into Pendle after me. And, proof, here's where I got Pendle. I called Pendle March 10th, 2023. Yeah, Pendle was at 20 cents, So, in my opinion, eventually, even if that tweet was about Pendle, eventually Arthur is going to jump into Archie. He's probably maybe waiting for a pullback, which we've seen, because Archie... There it is. Because Archie is actually Archie is doing leverage yield farming for, Arbitrum ecosystem, GLP. So Archie's integrating with one of his favorite platforms, GMX. Now Archie is also integrating with Pendle, another one that he is very bullish on. In my opinion, connect the dots. Eventually, I think Arthur Hayes, if he isn't already, is going to be accumulating some Archie. I think a lot of people are. A lot of people don't give this protocol enough credit. I think the TVL is going to start flying because it's actually a very great application. It's super simple. That's what I like, simplicity, no crazy user interfaces where you're just confused. It's super simple. It's like GMX, and that's why I speculated that I think possibly some of the GMX people are involved. Some people were like calling me out on Twitter saying, I'm just like, I work for the GMX team, it's not them. I'm like, you don't know the GMX people. They're fully anonymous, so how can you know them? It's not them. And they would never say they're a part of another anonymous protocol, So Archie, people were calling me out too, saying I dumped all my tokens and everything. I did not dump a single one. I have them all staked because I believe in Archie. When I talk about something, it's because I believe in it. I don't dump all my followers. I have over 62,000 Archie right now. I staked them, and I've earned 1,774 Archie in airdrop rewards, plus I've gotten 0.1424 of a wrapped ETH already. It's been a couple weeks. That's not bad. I'm bullish. What do you guys think? Do you guys like Archie? I haven't talked to anybody in the chat yet. You guys like Archie? Chico, UBT update. There was some drama that went on with UBT. I'm still holding, but I'm not, super bullish. Oh, whoa, a tip. First one. Thank you so much, Oscar Truss. I appreciate the tip, but I have to stick to my rules. I don't take questions until the very end of the stream, because then I get tipped by other people, and then the stream gets interrupted. I just came back to answer a couple questions, see what you guys were talking about, and then I jump right back. I don't want people to get bored with me just answering questions. Portfolio update coming soon, Hunter Z. I said that earlier. Yeah, I like Archie too. I'm glad you guys do as well. Now, where the hell was I? Archie. Okay, yeah. So the herd is gonna start coming for Archie. And yeah, I didn't dump any Archie on my followers. I didn't put in a large amount. I never do with new coins. Like, you gotta be careful with what you do. And I never dump on my followers. Never will. DeFi Dad. So, after I covered Archie, other people and pretty influential people in the space started, covering Archie as well. DeFi Dad, he has, I think, 152,000 followers on Twitter. He's tweeted about Archie and that it was going into a pretty big publication in the DeFi scene, the Defiant. They tweeted, "Your weekly dose of alpha's out. In the latest edition of DeFi Alpha, DeFi Dad and YC Trader teach us how to earn up to 40% APR lending assets to leverage farmers on Archie Finance." So yeah, they started covering it as well. And this is just the beginning, guys. I mean, the herd is going to eventually come. A lot of people don't like, because I'm pretty, I would say hated in the space by most other YouTubers, because I call them out on their bullshit, and, I think most of them are pieces of shit, because a lot of them did or still do to this day pump and dump on their followers, like, extremely bad too, like selling literally 45 minutes after their video goes live. It's like, that's the goal of that video, was to pump and dump on their followers. But yeah, the herd is going to come. Some of these shitty people are going to, that have a lot of influence in the space, are going to start covering Archie. They don't like to cover it right after me, because then people will call them out. You just copy Chico. And they wait for like a month or two until, it's forgotten, and then they start covering. So, the herd will come. I have a feeling Archie is not going to do a GMX, of course. It's not going to do exactly what GMX is going to do, but I think it's ranked number... CoinGecko. Rank 1633. It's easily going to push in the top 1,000. I could see it getting in the top 500. Easily. That's my honest thoughts. But regarding Arthur Hayes, whenever he gets into a crypto, it rips. He does have a lot of influence in the space, and he has his own investment fund. It's called Maelstrom Fund. Maelstrom, I don't even know what that means. And he has his selected investments from the portfolio. And it's basically just full of token or crypto projects that don't have a token yet. So this is basically like a airdrop list, Arthur has influence. A lot of the projects he's involved with, we'll start tweeting about, will probably do very well. He's an investor, so they want tokens. Tokens are how, crypto projects turn into a money-making business for these people. And so these will eventually all launch tokens. So it's basically an airdrop list. So I would definitely check this out. I'll drop it in the chat for you guys. God, people just showing this stuff. Monkeys. I don't care about your monkey. I'm gonna start talking crap about your project if you keep spamming. I hate that. I don't know why people think like that's gonna make the live streamer like we'll talk about it. No. They get annoyed at that. But regarding some bullish stuff, of course, it probably hasn't done nothing to the price because anything Chainlink launches does nothing to the price. I haven't even looked at that stanky link's price today. Yeah, a little pumperooski, but staying pretty solid. But Chainlink's a long-term play. Eventually, whoever's out there artificially holding the price down. A lot of people accuse Sergey and the team of dumping tokens, but I'm sure they sell a little bit, but not enough to keep the token down like this, you guys. I have a feeling it's being artificially manipulated by competitors and assholes in the space. Where was I? Yeah, but CCIP, Chainlink's cross-chain interoperability protocol, is live on that mainnet, baby. And it says, leading DeFi protocols in derivatives and lending are adopting CCIP, including Synthetics, which is live on the mainnet, as well as Aave, with BGD Labs now integrating CCIP into the mainnet protocol. So, Synthetics and Aave, two big, DeFi all-stars, are going live with CCIP. But I have a feeling down the road, Uniswap will be too. Now, this isn't news yet, but Uniswap announced Uniswap X yesterday. Sounds pretty dope. It's their next, V4 of the protocol, basically, their swapper. And they're going to be having gas-free swaps, MEV protection, a whole bunch of much-needed things in the space. It's going to allow retail to get into cryptocurrency like never before. Because one of the things that held back a lot of retail investors was, the gas fees on swapping last bull run. Because, they got insane. To do one swap on Uniswap, it was like $100 at times. People aren't going to pay that. They want gas-free swaps. They want to be able to swap without having to pay these ridiculous fees. But now, why do I say mainnet? Because cross-chain, too. They say later this year. Now, CCIP's on the mainnet in a closed. It's an early, down the road is when CCIP is going to be fully mainnet live later this year. And Uniswap says later this year we'll launch a cross-chain Uniswap X that combines swapping and bridging into one action. Obviously, CCIP. Swappers will be able to swap between chains in seconds. This includes native asset swaps, reducing the need for bridge tokens. So, yeah, Uniswap is going live. The biggest players are all using CCIP. And then Sergey, the Flan Man himself, stinky boy, woohoo! He just tweeted, just like key standards such as TCP/IP remade a fragmented early internet to a single global internet we all know and use today, we are making CCIP to connect the fragmented public blockchain landscape and the growing bank chain ecosystem into a single internet of contracts. Having a single way to use all smart contracts and transmit all value between them will be a critical building block for a blockchain-powered society. Sergey. So, yeah, basically getting in with Chainlink is like being able to get in with TCP/IP. If TCP/IP had a token, This isn't going to realize itself within the next, year or two, the full value of Chainlink. How long did it take for TCP/IP to become, massive? It took a good amount of time, but if you invest, in my opinion now, down that road, holding some Chainlink, the value is unthinkable, in my opinion. I can't even imagine how much it will be, because blockchain is going to take over the world. There's no doubt about it. So another thing I saw that I was like, whoa, oh dang, Gnosis chain, very bullish on them. Payments are due for a change here for Web3. We are extremely excited to announce Gnosis Pay and Gnosis Card, the world's first decentralized payment network and self-custodial debit card. They did it. They finally did it, you guys. It's a project that doesn't have a crypto card where you go and spend it. It's just taking your crypto assets and converting them, you know. So they continue. With Gnosis Pay, we're connecting two worlds. The bridge between on and off-chain worlds has always been a challenge, especially with its reliance on centralized systems. And then they say here, this is an important one, the Gnosis card is a groundbreaking achievement as the world's first Visa-certified self-custodial consumer debit card. It's linked directly to an on-chain wallet instead of a traditional bank account. Something different, you know. All of the other cards out there, you know, no, they aren't this. This is the world's first self-custodial debit card. Amazing. Finally, something I've been wanting to see. You'll be able to spend out of your Visa card directly from your MetaMask wallet, you know. But speaking of payments, here's one that I'm not sure on. It's just one I found that I'm pretty interested in. It's called Send with the cash, with the token symbol SEND, and it is Cash App for Ethereum, basically. They're working on the Cash App for Ethereum, basically an application that, you know, you don't have to have a wallet and, you know, do the normal steps. It's easy for retail to get on. So they say Send app is coming soon to iOS and Android, and it leverages the latest advancements in Ethereum, particularly account abstraction. Now, they are working on account abstraction, which is another huge upgrade for Ethereum coming soon. And who was just speaking about account abstraction today? Vitalik Buterin. So account abstraction is big, it's going to be coming and be very beneficial to those who deploy it. But at Vitalik's talk, he explained how account abstraction extension called Paymasters can allow users to pay for gas fees using whatever coins they're transferring. So you don't necessarily have to use Ethereum. Now if you go into the docs of Send, you can see they say, additionally, the integration of Paymasters enables gasless transactions within the Send app. DApp developers can act as paymasters, sponsoring transactions for their users, eliminating the need for users to have Ether to pay for transaction fees. So Send is working on account abstraction, and they're integrating paymasters. They have all the documentation, they're working on it. I mean, this one is probably going to do well down the road once account abstraction goes live on the mainnet. Not bad, huh? Luxo, another one I haven't talked about in a while, but they have launched, transitioned to their own mainnet. They have the LYXE migration process posted June 29th. So Luxo is probably going to do well in the future. You know, of course, they've had their mainnet launched. That happened May 23rd. The migration for the token is happening right now, or has been for the last couple of weeks. But as we can see, 1 to 2 months down the road is when the big one comes. You know, universal profiles is the big thing. It's the big technological achievement, big technology for their stack that is going live. So that is going in 1 to 2 months. So yeah, I mean, I think LYX. LYX it is now. LYXU is old token. If you migrated